the comparison to what the 1980 win over the Soviets meant to the country. It was more than just hockey. This was about the Cold War. It was about America versus the Soviet Union. All of that. To me, what is going on right now means more to this community. It's about our trip out of a dismal period, out of decline. I think there's a bit of hope out there right now. So this is more than hockey.
Well, yeah, I think it's hard to draw parallels with, the great miracle on ice and the Cold War and the time of that era as a whole, I think. But, there is definitely an underlying theme, which is it's bigger than hockey. I think anybody that knows how we set this up, it's always going to be something that really, I think when you and I talked 2.5 years ago, we said that, hockey is just a small part of what our business plan entails. And we believe that, you could energize the hearts and minds with civic pride, and that's kind of what our aim was and our goal. With that being said, though, I don't think that I envision that it would be, this transformational.
Yeah, even you. Even you, and you're like me. We have big thoughts. I'm the optimist in my family, but I never dreamed it would be like this.
I agree. I think the other thing that's really means a lot to me is I have a genuine relationship with our fans our players rather, on how they embrace the area and what they feel about the area. And I don't think to a man any of them would lie to me or say anything that wasn't true. And
yeah.
They do genuinely love the area. They've embraced the fans. They've been able to embrace the communities. And, when something's genuine, you're never going to fool anybody.
Right.
Everybody knows, everybody, you're not going to BS one of us. And I think you can tell that with the players that they're all in.
There was a great, and I'm sure you've seen the editorial in the OD today, saying whether you're a hockey fan or not, get behind this. And it also talked about their conversation they had with you about just that, how these players truly enjoying this trip here.
They are. I mean, it's really changed a lot around, and I've said it. I don't think anybody's trying to get everybody to conform and be hockey fans. I don't think that was ever our aim or our goal. Our goal is simply to be a part of the community and be, a key part of the community that could, grow civic pride. And I think to everybody we have, from your shows, to the OD, to newscasts, social media, it has created something that I think is paramount to the overall success of any city or region.
I will tell you that my wife had scheduled a comedy show for tomorrow night. We've done comedy. As a matter of fact, I'll never forget the time you brought in a huge crowd to our comedy club over in Washington Mills years ago. So who would have thought when she booked this show for tomorrow night that we'd be going up against the Comets playoff game? But it is what it is. It's the last thing I want to be doing is competing with the Comets. But there we are, stuck in a contract. It's a crazy world. Andrew, go ahead.
So, Rob, we've been blessed with a slew of very talented players. How much of the community support do you think contributes to how well they're playing?
Well, I've said it a lot as an athlete when I played. I mean, the energy that crowds give players, it really kind of shapes their overall game. They feel like there's a bigger cause, there's something pulling them to a bigger goal, and our players realize that. So, talking with Markey after the game, the last game, even to him, who's a very accomplished goaltender, to say the least, as the crowd got louder, he said, he's telling me, the puck just seems like it's getting bigger and bigger. And that's exactly how you feel as an athlete. You feel like you can do no wrong, you feel a lot more comfortable. You know that you have 3,800 plus fans in your corner. I mean, there's something that, you can't put a price tag on that. You can't put words to it either, but there is the feeling there of, a can-do attitude that comes from when your fans are truly behind you. And we've seen that in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You saw some of our smaller forwards go up against, some extremely large defensemen and battle it, in front. It's amazing to see that.
We talked about this earlier. I know you've had some changes to the seating, especially the booth behind the goal. What is this? What's capacity crowd now at the Aud?
No, we were at 38:15, and we increased basically about 40 people. So that's about where we're at.
All right, so you're almost up to that 4,000 mark. I know your business plan is much bigger than what we can see right now, and I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that you can't talk about. But of that, let's talk about the economic impact that this has had. Of course, these are all bonus days. Every playoff game that happens here is another bonus day. And you have to see it firsthand, because you're involved with some of it. The impact economically that this team is now having on not just Utica but the region.
Well, we have what's called 50 full-time equivalent jobs. We have 25 people that are on staff, full-time salaried position people, and then you also have, we have 195 total. That's with people that work hourly, and that equates to about 50 FTEs, they call it. So, I mean, the impact from just that standpoint is amazing. Every $1 million of tourism that's created, you have 15 new non-sector jobs that are non-service jobs that are created. Waiters, waitresses, hotel employees, transportation, all that. So the impact of just the Comets, the auditorium, what the building itself has done with Utica College, Utica Comets, concerts, wrestling, all that stuff, is actually pretty monumental, to say the least. Tourism always flies under the radar, but it creates a gap. It kind of fills a hole why people get educated for some of these tech sector jobs.
Right.
They're not, it's not really, it's a non-skilled workforce that, makes up the tourism industry. So it prevents that little hole there until they get educated to get into the tech sector. So it's actually extremely important.
Yeah.
And it's one of the fastest growing sectors in the country.
We're talking to Rob Esche, Utica Comets. One last question. How real is this rivalry with Syracuse? Like the personal stuff, they put up that billboard. And we've heard stuff coming out of the Syracuse camp, like Utica being a welfare town. And I mean, it seems like there's some real jabs. How real is this rivalry here behind the scenes?
Well, I think it's pretty real. I don't think it's real for people that are moving in a certain direction. I mean, I don't really have too much time for it, but I think...
well, it's because you guys are playing right now.
Yeah.
Of course you don't have time.
We could have put that up on the billboard.
Yeah. So, all right, well, listen, you don't have to, but it is real. It is getting real, and this only makes it more real right here, and you got to love it. So, listen, we got the last word. Pretty cool.
It is very real, I'm sure, with a lot of people.
Yeah. All right, Rob Esche, you're killing it. That's all I can say. We appreciate you coming on. Thanks so much.
Thanks, guys.
All right, go Comets! Big night tonight, and it's whiteout again. And tomorrow night, both games sold out, but look a little bit later on, because sometimes tickets free up later on in the afternoon. So check it out. It's real. It is real.
It is real.
Yeah.
And you're in your glory, by the way. I mean, Comets game tonight, wear white, show up, and it's 80 degrees.
And it's 80 degrees.
No snowstorm,
Gotta
none
love
of
it.
that.
And when they open up that garage door and let the Zamboni back in, the cold air isn't coming in. That's right around where my seats are. It can get cold over there. All right, got a break, and we'll come back, give you a chance to qualify for either the comedy show or the Comets tickets for that sellout game tomorrow night, compliments of Daylight Donuts. Chuck Sedella over at Daylight. We'll give you that chance in just a couple of minutes. Here's Kristine with an update at 8:46. Good morning.